starting out practice in your home district trial courts can be pretty rewarding if you're trained, because the market there may have way more opportunities, it may have less competition, right? So we are giving you a pathway. You can use some examples of internships to combine traditional with emerging. So I now there is one place you can learn really well, and this you will need to check out. Okay, figure out if a magistrate takes interns. You don't have a lot of people applying there. Okay, but the opportunity to understand trial is really good. Like you have judicial clerks at the High Court and the Supreme Court. You have to figure this out. The magistrates will be interested in having interns. Okay, and you could be able to sit in their chamber, watch proceedings. So you want to try this process out in your state. The procedure will vary from district to district. Okay, but try to intern, be annexed to a magistrate's court. Okay, you will have insights like nobody else. Okay, and something I can tell you is that we were taught during some parts of our CRPC, IPC, Evidence Act classes, we were taught by a former magistrate who was also a sessions judge. So he could really integrate the process very well. And when you're learning from them in the middle of a trial, that'll add a lot of value. Okay. Now, second, legal services authorities have lawyers empaneled with them, and they also separately take interns. Okay, so either you could do it with the empaneled lawyers or you could apply to the authority. One thing to keep in mind is that you want to intern with the authority where you're fully exposed to the cases and the work, not just research work. Okay, not just reports and research work. You want the actual cases to be informed about. Yeah, from time to time, you will see some DV Act disputes, Lok Adalats, all of that, but that is part of the game. You should also, you should learn that side with the criminal law work, so it's not a problem. Also, finding empaneled lawyers also makes sense, because why do we insist on going for empaneled lawyers as well? So there are two reasons. The empaneled lawyer wants to get empaneled because if they are good, then they can say that I was an empaneled lawyer earlier, and it's a great branding for them. For you, it's some kind of an assurance that if there's an empaneled lawyer, at least the work will be high in number. Okay, so there'll be more matters they'll be doing. That is one important reason. Then one-stop centers. So state governments across India have created something called one-stop centers, where which are there to guide people, victims of violence, domestic violence, usually women victims of domestic violence, and you will learn about the applicable framework under DV Act and various other criminal legislations to invoke. Okay, it'll give you a little front-facing perspective of what problems people have and how to resolve them at the outset. It's like one kind of client counseling experience. Okay, so it will be useful. You'll get a sense of ground reality. Legal aid clinics, so you can work on some grassroots level matters. You can start your own legal aid clinic or work in that of your college. Take up some activity. Don't just become a member of the clinic, but organize a clinic. Okay, so legal aid society is one thing, but organizing a clinic means people can come to you with problems. Okay, so organize a clinic or set up a legal aid clinic. That'll help. You can set up an online helpline also to get some matters. That's not an internship, that's your own entrepreneurial initiative to do some work for free to help people, but that will be very helpful. Human rights commissions is another way to learn one aspect of human rights violations and criminal law. So NHRC you could try, state human rights commissions you could try, women's commission also you can try. Paralegal positions in your district courts. So many district courts have a paralegal internship listing. It's often put up in the notices also. You can file an RTI and come to know about it, or look on the district court's website, or you can visit the court and find out if there is something like this available. Paralegal position is different, magistrate position is different. Trial courts in your home state, you can find lawyers who are known in the trial courts of your home state and intern. So this is all the basics of criminal law that you need to pick up, and this will not happen in one internship. You may need at least 3-4 internships to get a hang of things. Then standing councils of government. Now you have all these regulatory statutes, no? So you can have under PMLA at the adjudicating authority level or at the special court level. The special court is is a sessions court. Adjudicating authority is not a sessions court. It's a separate authority created under the PMLA Act. Okay, so criminal lawyer is doing a lot of matters before such authorities also. Now they deal with Benami transactions as well. So you can work with the government standing councils like that. There are Information Technology Act offenses again, which are dealt with special courts. You can and adjudicating authorities. You can find lawyers who do this work or who are empaneled by the government. So there are separate empaneled lawyers for IT Act offenses, separate lawyers for company related offenses. Okay, tax offenses will have separate lawyers. Then you can work with public prosecutors, including in CBI courts. These are basically sessions courts for special trials. So public prosecutors is a great idea.